So, hi everyone, thank you for joining us on a new interview of MMA Time. Today we have the chance to be with Jimmie Rivera. So, hi Jimmie, and thanks for being here with us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
So, I'm gonna start with the questions. You are 26 years old. You
Yes.
are already multiple champ in King of the Cage, Ring of Combat, and Cage Fury at a bantamweight and flyweight.
Yes.
You had an experience in tough, and you have already 4 fights with the Bellator and 3 in the UFC, all wins. So you're still young, but very experienced. Can you talk to us about your background as a martial artist?
Yeah, I've been training since I was a little kid, since I was about 8 years old, actually, was Tiger Schulmann's. And I've been doing it ever since. And as I got older, I started competing and I realized I was having fun at it. So I was like, I want to take this a little further. So from there, I started doing tournaments, grappling tournaments, whatever I could get my hands onto. And then when I turned 18, I was able to do amateur MMA, which was just coming out, which was kind of big here. And when I started doing that, I was like, I really want to take this further and see how far I could take it. And then from 18 to 19, now I went pro, and now I have how many fights? 20 fights under me.
Yeah. 20.
Oh, 20.
20
wins and 1 loss, yeah.
Yes. So it's been a great experience.
Yeah, absolutely. About your experience, you just said that you train at Tiger Schulmann team. Hi. And
sorry,
yeah, no problem. And what about it? How did you land there in that gym in particular? How was it?
You know what? Growing up, and even still now, a lot of people know Tiger Schulmann's. And I told my mom, when I was a kid, I was getting picked on because I was a new kid at school. My mom moved from one town to another, and it was well known. My mom, looked up a couple places. And, my mom wanted me to bring him for discipline because I was acting out a little bit at home just because I was getting picked on at school, so I didn't know really how to handle it. And my mom found that place, and I was like, all right, let's go. And right away I took my first class. I was in love with it. I had so much fun.
And today you train with top guys. I believe Uriah Hall is one of your partners. Is he still training there with you?
No, he used to train with us. After the tough finale, he actually left. He went to another gym. But
okay.
I still train with Nick Pace, who used to be in the UFC. Louis Galdino, who was the guy with the green hair.
Yeah.
Who else? Lyman Good's on our team. We have a lot of guys that are not in the UFC yet that are doing really well. We have Julio Arce, who's 8-1. We have another guy, Shane Burgos, who's 7-0 or 8-0 now. He's about to fight again.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of guys up and coming for us, especially a lot in the lower weights.
Yeah.
So it's going really well. I can't complain. I'm just trying to make the path. Lyman and I are just trying to make the path for the other guys coming up, so they could get into the UFC, just like other teams, like Team Alpha Male has a lot of people in the UFC.
Yeah.
Sarah Longo. So we're just trying to do the same thing for our team.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you are pretty active. I don't know if you
can you hear us? Yes.
Yeah. We'll see you for a minute. So you are already 3 fights in the UFC, and you are very active as a fighter. They are always happening 3 to 6 months apart. Do you know when you would like to fight next, and maybe who you would like to face?
Yeah, honestly, anybody in the top 10. You know what I mean? Brian Caraway was, a possibility. I don't care. Just anybody in the top 10 that I would love to fight and take on the challenge. Yeah. So that's just my next goal. Hopefully I'll get a fight within, hopefully by, April, May, get another fight, and be able to rock and roll and work my way up into the top 10.
Yeah, because you are on the 18-win streak, I believe. 3 in the UFC and 18 going streak. So, yeah, you're number 13 in the world now. And where do you see yourself be? Where do you feel you are going to stand at the end of this year, this 2016 year? Where do you want to be?
I'm hopefully be.
I was saying that as a fighter, you remind me a bit of Uriah Faber, stylistically talking. I don't know if you will agree with me, but in your last fight against Uriah Alcantara, you were really active. You had a lot of volume, intensity. You were crowned Fight of the Night. So can you tell us about a bit about your style as a fighter?
I mean, as style as a fighter, I can take the fight anywhere. I usually like to take another person out of their element. Yuri, on the other hand, was a very good striker and a really good grappler. So I didn't want to stay on the ground with him where he was comfortable. I wanted to take him out of his game. And I noticed, when he was, fighting other people that he couldn't take the pressure. What I was surprised about in the fight was he was so tentative. You know what I mean? I was giving him pressure and, I was, drop my hands a little bit to have him come in. And he was very tentative. I don't know if it was because of my power striking or what it was. But it was a very interesting fight because I didn't expect him to be that tentative. I expected him to be way aggressive, and he wasn't. And I was very surprised on that.
Yeah, but you won the crowd over because of your style, because of your volume, because of your intensity, just like he said. And how do you feel you can do with a 5-round match? Because your last one, I believe, it was in 2011. Do you feel like you're ready for a 5-rounder? Or a co-main event, maybe, or something like that?
Always. I mean, if they give me 6 to 8 weeks, I could get ready for any person. You know what I mean? I'm not one of the guys that goes and talks shit, but because I grew up. At the end of the day, I grew up as a martial artist, and that's not something we are.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm really confident. So they said, all right, we want you to fight Dominic Cruz, we want you to fight TJ Dillashaw, whoever it is. All right, no problem. As long as I have a 6 to 8 week training camp, I can take on anybody.
So if Conor called you on a 10 days notice, would you have answered or?
No, I still take the fight. I'll still take the fight, even if it was a 10-day notice. I'm not going to turn down a fight. A fight's a fight.
Yeah.
And, just a question. Exactly, you are already 3 fights in the UFC. How many fights do you still got on your contract?
I got 4 brand new fights.
Great, congratulations! It's a new contract or it's still the same one?
New contract. I just
well deserved.
New contract. What?
Well deserved.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Well deserved.
Oh, well deserved. Sorry. I think you said I was asking me something else. Yeah, I just signed literally just signed it yesterday, so I'm just waiting on my opponent. Who's next? I know Mr. Shelby's busy, so I don't like to hound him that much. I just here and there every other week I'll shoot him a text or I'll have my manager contact him to see what's going on for the next fight.
Yeah.
And I like to stay busy, just like you guys said. I like to stay busy. I don't like really not fighting, and I'm really I'm really goal oriented. I really want to win that belt or fight for the belt.
Yeah, because you're really active as a fighter. It was a short period of time. Sorry for the 3 fights.
Yeah.
And you said you signed your new contract yesterday.
Yes, I did.
So you partied a bit or celebrated or?
No, I signed my new. I was training, and then after training, I signed my contract, and then I went to my school to work.
Okay, so very serious.
No celebrated.
Congrats.
And just a question about you and the bantamweight division, because I feel like with the welterweight division nowadays, it's the most full in terms of quality and fighters. And you are almost at the top 10. You said that you want an opponent next in the top 10. And all the guys who are coming are pretty young like you. Do you feel that you need to grow step by step for 1 or 2 years, or you want a big name right here, right now?
Right here, right now. I think there's a lot of guys up and coming, like you were saying. But they're not well known yet. They're still, working their way up to the top, and it's kind of hard because the bantamweight, division itself, it's got guys that have been in there for a long time, and I really believe they're slowly going to phase out. You know what I mean? You can only fight for so long until, your body just can't do it. Your timing's off. Your age catches up. So that's one of the big things that I want to fight as frequently as I can. I'm only 26. And I want to keep getting as many fights as I can so I can get up there.
Yeah.
As a fighter, I still don't think I'm really recognized, well known yet. which is, it's fine. I kind of go as, the underdog. I mean, instead of last fight, the first two fights I fought in, I was the underdog. I was, the favorite to lose, not to win. And this last fight, Yuri should have been the favorite to win, but they actually made me the favorite to win. And I was surprised because Yuri has like 35, 40 fights, and a majority of those fights are in the UFC. So I was really surprised on that.
Yeah, and do you have like a particular name you want? I read on Twitter that Sterling might be the guy coming for you, or I don't know. How do you see it?
I don't. A lot of guys. I feel like a lot of guys in the top 10 are threatened by me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really feel like I'm a different breed going in there. I'm just way more hungrier than those people. You know what I mean? You see those people. I feel like those people in top 10 do not fight as much as I fight. You know what I mean? I can't remember. I know some people were injured and stuff, but I don't see. I don't see anybody. Unbeatable. At the end of the day, everybody's beatable. We all bleed red. I don't know if Sterling wants to fight. I think Sterling wants the championship fight. You know what I mean? A lot of the guys don't want to fight someone that's ranked higher than them. They want to. I mean, at least I wouldn't. I want to fight someone that's lower than me. But once you get in the top 5, you really can't pick and choose because it's kind of what they give you. You know what I mean? But hopefully, Mr. Shelby lets me keep building my way up and keep fighting my way to that number 1 contendership and hopefully get a title fight within end of this year. Next year it'll be great as long as I keep winning. You know what I mean? Keep doing my thing.
Yeah. Okay, so you said you were rated as an underdog and that people don't acknowledge you in the public for now. I don't think it's totally true because for the public we could see your qualities. And I have a question because Dana White said one time on a press conference post-fight with Gunnar Nelson, he said, to market yourself, you have guys like Gunnar Nelson who are really quiet and don't show much on press conference. And in comparison, you got Notorious McGregor or Nate Diaz who like to trash talk. Do you feel that in order to get noticed by the public, you need to make a lot of noise so you can still be yourself, true to yourself, and just go on the ring and do your job?
I think with the public, I think you need. I'm not saying trash talking, but you need to make some noise in and outside the ring. I mean, everybody's different. Conor McGregor, I feel like, is the only one, that could really, besides Chael Sonnen, who used to be in the UFC, could really, stir up the pot and say stuff. But that's his personality. That's who he is. You know what I mean? Me, on the other hand, I'm a little different, but I can say stuff, but at the same time be humble and say stuff. That's what I believe, and hopefully I get some, recognition from that. If I don't, it's, my fighting will show off in the cage, and I'll get some recognition for that for sure.
Yeah, no need to talk.
Yeah. So it's hard.
Yeah, but you get the nickname El Terror, so you have to. Where does it come from, that nickname?
It was my first MMA amateur fight, and my uncle. They asked me, what's your nickname? I'm like, I don't know. I don't have a nickname, and I called up my uncle, and he's like, oh, use that name. I'm like, okay, I'll use that name. And since my very first amateur MMA fight, it's stuck with me. I've been using that name ever since.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, so just a question. You were born and raised in New Jersey, or because you said that you moved a lot being a child?
I'm born and raised in New Jersey. I grew up in Lodi. And then in 3rd grade, I was about maybe 7 years old, I think. I moved to Ramsey, New Jersey, which was 20 minutes north. So from where we fought, my last fight is about 40 minutes away. So I grew up in Ramsey, New Jersey. So that New Jersey crowd, was really big because obviously a lot of them from New Jersey, and I had a lot of people in the stands. I kept getting texts from people like, I bought 20 tickets, I bought 15 tickets. We're coming with 10 people.
Yeah.
So it was
you heard it on the broadcast. It showed.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. When I was getting in there, once I got in the cage, it was so freaking loud. It was unbelievable. Like I wish I was able. I know they're running short on TV time, but I wish I would got able to got interviewed by Joe Rogan at the end. But it was an unbelievable unbelievable time. I really I wish I could have like slowed it down in slow motion and really enjoy it more because it was awesome having that crowd and it being so loud there.
Yeah, and I know New York isn't an option yet, but when it becomes an option, is it one of your dreams to fight for the UFC in New York?
Hell yeah! I mean, I got a school in New York City that I'm going to right now. It's in Midtown at East 23rd Street, and I'm on the way there to go teach my classes during the day right now. And it would be great to fight in my backyard. Like that's right there, and it would be unbelievable. I can't wait till they legalize it. They just need to do it. You know what I mean? They got to stop fighting back these people on the board and stuff like that.
Yeah, we've got the same problem here in France. Exactly
Not
the
the same reasons, because it was a problem of a union in the States. I think to put the UFC in New York, but in France,
it's not legal too. So we've got the same problem.
Yeah, I agree. It brings a lot of people, a lot of fans. It brings money in too for whatever city or country or state it's in. So it's really,
it creates jobs. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it does. It creates jobs. It's a great day. I mean, my first fight, even though it was my short notice fight, my first fight, we went to Glasgow, Scotland, and we were making history because that was the first UFC ever in Glasgow, and it was an unbelievable fight. It was unbelievable. I loved it. Everybody was super nice and great over there. It was a great time, and it was a great time to make some history and be able to fight over there for the first time and bring the UFC over there.
And just a question, because being from the East Coast and competing in the UFC, do you feel like it's like in the NBA and there is a rivalry between the West Coast and the East Coast, or not so much?
Are you more biggie or are you more a pack?
I don't. I don't think so at all. I don't think. I don't really think that happens. A lot of the guys cross train. You get a lot of guys that go to the West Coast and train a little bit and come back and train with their team. You got a lot of guys that do the same thing from the West Coast. I don't really think that's ever even brought it up or anybody ever says West Coast, East Coast. It's I think people have feuds with one another. It doesn't matter if they're East Coast or West Coast, but that's not. I don't think it's a big deal at all.
It's not really a thing, yeah. And yeah, we wanted to know
because you are coaching classes to young child, I think now.
Young children, yeah.
Young children. You are going to.
I teach from 4 years old and up.
So maybe after the UFC, you see yourself becoming a coach full time.
Oh no, I own my school. My school, I own it.
Okay.
I have a Tiger Schulmann franchise. I have a school that I bought from them, franchise school that's in Manhattan, in Midtown, and I'm the owner and head instructor of the school. So, I mean, teaching's always been my first passion. That's always been my first thing that I love to do. I started, like I said, I started when I was 8. I started working for Tiger Schulmann since I was 13, and I started after 8. I think it took me about around 9.5. I got my black belt. And after that, I would still train, and then in the little kids' classes, I would help out, you know what I mean, and just, be a leader and help out kids and do private lessons. And when I was, got older, I started being more of an assistant instructor. And then as I got older, like 18, 19, I started becoming a head instructor of different schools and helping out. And then eventually I fell into my own school, which is in the city. So I'm actually, the owner and head instructor. And that's my first passion and what I love to do every day, wake up and do. And, when I'm done fighting, which should be a couple more years, I'm going to, just enjoy teaching and really focus on my students even more and enjoy getting kids. Kids really just come in for the parents wanting to learn discipline, learn some self-defense. And, I build up their confidence. Any kid, it doesn't matter if they're really athletic or not or whatever they have. It doesn't matter because they're going to get good and they're going to have fun at it. And adults just want to get in shape. They want to learn self-defense and get in shape and do a workout that's not boring. And the workout's never boring. I never get people come in, they're like, that was unbelievable. That was great work. I loved it. And
we feel it here in Europe and in France. People are because we're allowed to train, we're just not allowed to compete. And how is it? A lot of kids. Is it a growing sport? Is it like is it a phenomenon? How do you describe it? The MMA in New York.
It's unbelievable. I mean, kids get super there's two things that happen. Kids get really super good, and it leads this discipline and everything they learn leads into other sports they play. And a lot of times here, there's not MMA in college, but they'll be really good at another sport like baseball or football or soccer, and they'll get a scholarship for college when they go to college, and they'll take that discipline that they learned at Tiger Schulmann with me, and just take it further. Or kids will stay on the route of keep training and maybe one day become a fighter or one day become an instructor. You know what I mean? Still go to school, but one day they'd rather not go in and focus on the sport. They'd rather focus on teaching and becoming an instructor like I did. I know a good amount of people, myself, even Uriah Hall, who started at young adults, like little kids. You know, I started as a little kid. Lewis started at 5 years old. Nick started at 6 years old. Uriah started at like 13, 14. And they went from there and they started competing and fighting. And they also were instructors and taught at Tiger Schulmann locations. Like Nick Pace owns a school in Staten Island. Lewis owns a school in Hoboken. So, you know, everybody, it depends on where they want to go and what they feel like their dream is. You know,
but how does society react to it? How do the parents look at it? Is it like the moms? Is it okay for them if their kid want to be an MMA fighter? How did your mom react? Your own mom? How did she react?
It's never okay for a kid to be an MMA fighter. My mom said, "No, you're not gonna do amateur MMA." I'm like, "Mom, I'm gonna do it." So I started doing amateur MMA. She's like, "Oh my god!" But she was always a fan and loved it. And then she's like, "All right, you're not going pro because in pro there's no shin guards and there's smaller gloves and you get punched to the head on the ground. You're not going pro." I'm like, "Yeah, Mom, I'm going pro." And you know, she had no say. You know what I mean? She didn't want me because she didn't want to get hurt, and that's a mom's job. And you know, they're the nurser and Karen type.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I told my mom, "Don't worry about it. I'll take care of myself." And you know, win or lose, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you know, my family's there for me, and my mom's there for me. So, you know, it doesn't really matter. But no mom wants their kid to be an MMA fighter. They want their kid to do everything great, but they don't want to be a fighter. They don't, you know, and I can relate because my mom was the same way.
Absolutely. And we wanted to finish with some lighter questions, like a little quiz, if you're okay. And Tony's gonna
sure, of course.
So, what is your favorite combat movie?
Oh man, combat. There's a lot of good ones.
If you had to pick one.
If I had to, you know what? I'm gonna have to go with the very first Karate Kid. Not the one with Jaden Smith. The one with what's his name? Ralph Macchio. The Karate Kid.
Yeah, that's great. And what's your? We were talking about it a bit earlier, but what would be your dream matchup, like for yourself, the one you want to fight absolutely more than anything?
Dominic Cruz, the champ. You know, that would
because he holds the belt, or because it's Dominic Cruz?
Because he holds the belt. I want anybody who has the belt. I want that belt.
Okay, and if you had to witness a matchup, what would be your dream matchup to watch on television or in the crowd?
Any division.
George St. Pierre and Anderson Silva.
Oh,
okay. A few years ago or even today?
Even today. Okay.
Who you got in that fight?
GSP. I got GSP for that fight, for sure.
We do too. And another matchup that's coming this weekend, Anderson Silva against Michael Bisping.
I think if it definitely gets past the first round, I think Michael Bisping's going to win. You know what I mean? I think Anderson Silva is slowly reaching that age where he's, you know, not the same, but, you know, I could be fooled, but I think Michael Bisping's going to win that one.
Yeah, Father Time is undefeated, like they say.
Yeah.
And,
Conor or Nate?
Oh, McGregor.
McGregor?
Yeah, McGregor. For sure. He's got a full training camp, and I think he's just a better striker than Nate, and I don't think Nate's going to be able to take down either. So I don't think Nate's the strongest wrestler. He's a great grappler, but he's going to be on the feet, and he's got a full training camp, and for sure, McGregor's a very good striker.
Yeah, and he looks big. We saw it in the press conference. He looks really, really big. Bigger.
I'm sorry.
And no, I just said like McGregor is bigger. He looked bigger than.
Yeah, I mean, he's been eating a lot. He's been able to not have to cut weight. You know what I mean? And that's a great feeling. He's not even cutting weight now for this fight. This fight, he's at 170. He doesn't have to cut anything. Probably 2 pounds.
And your weight cut? How is it? Is it difficult? Your own weight cut?
Nah, not at all. You know what I mean? I eat healthy all the time, and I'm always training, so it's not a hard thing to do.
Okay. And another matchup, Holly Holm against Misha Tate.
Holly Holmes. I got Holly Holmes for that. Holly Holmes is way more experienced than Misha Tate is striking. You know what I mean? And she stopped Ronda Rousey. Misha Tate wasn't able to stop Ronda Rousey, so I got Holly Holmes for that.
Okay.
Jones Cormier 2.
I'm sorry, what?
Jones versus Cormier, number 2.
Jones. Got Jones.
Yeah. No doubt.
Jones is just an unbelievable athlete. He's super talented. You know what I mean? He couldn't beat Cormier. He couldn't beat Cormier Cormier couldn't beat him the first time. I think Jones got it.
Yeah, absolutely. And the last one, Tony Ferguson or Khabib?
Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson is ridiculous. He's just unbelievable, talented, aggressive. He's gotten so much better since the Ultimate Fighter. I think Tony Ferguson, for sure.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's it. Thank you very much, Jimmie. It was great.
No
it was really, really nice of you to accept, to agree. We had a blast.
Anytime.
Thanks,
sorry, I have to multitask. I apologize.
It's like in a real when it shows. Sometimes you get guys in the car change the decor.
It's like a real TV show.
Yeah, it's like real life. There you go.
Absolutely, yeah.
So just for people to know, they can follow you on Twitter at Jimmie Rivera, I think.
They follow me on Twitter, Jimmie Rivera 135. We're on Instagram or Facebook at Jimmie Rivera, and it's JIMMIE.
And you can give the address again for your school for people if they want to check it.
Yeah, if they want to check it out, it's on East 23rd Street in New York City. And you're more than welcome to come up. It's located on the 2nd floor. And everybody's more than welcome to come in and take a class on me.
Okay, that's great.
Thank you, Jimmie, very much
for
the interview. I hope you have a fight soon and that you will be victorious.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Jimmie.
Bye, Jimmie.
Bye.